Yes. Hello, ma'am. I'm a part of the ASMR Containment and Regulation Committee. It's come to our knowledge that illegal and restricted produce is coming from this neighborhood, which is the reason for our current investigations this evening. May I come in? It's a matter of public safety.
Oh, yes, of course.
Thank you. Your cooperation is appreciated. May I sit?
Please do sit.
Now, we here at CNR don't like to waste time. We found records of multiple purchases for high-quality recording devices listed under your name, as well as a high upload rate to an online channel. Is that correct? Now, Miss Aurora, I don't see any musical instruments in your current possession, nor are there any purchases for such equipment listed under your name. So it is very unlikely that you are no musician, yet your purchases include a high-sensitivity microphone, more commonly used in black market operations and underworld dens. I'm sure that's simply a coincidence.
Well, it must be, certainly.
We also do not see any certain government-approved media trends coming from any forms of your social accounts. None of the current PogChamp or TikTok that are clean and safe for young public consumption. So you're really going to sit here and openly deny what is plainly obvious? You have to remember, ma'am, I am a professional. I've been around, and while subtlety may be part of you and your people's modus operandi, well, that just makes you easier to track.
I don't mean to be rude. I'm sure you're only doing your job. But you are leveling quite a few accusations at me. And I don't have any idea what you're talking about.
Don't try and deny it. The world is insane, and while some dealers may claim to be trying to help their customers relax or even, God forbid, sleep better, in reality, the entire network is about manipulation and control. The world is in chaos, now more than ever, and that's how it should be. Chaos keeps people alert, but not everyone understands that. Some go looking for an escape, a source of artificial peace and tranquility. A completely innocent endeavor, surely, and there are so many vying to take control of the status quo that are eager to sweep up such poor, forsaken souls. Society isn't designed to operate with the masses as independent, refreshed individuals. Fatigue and restlessness is a part of modern life, so that the proper individuals in power can drive the world in its proper direction. Too many people start remembering who they are and what is actually going on. They'll start questioning, and we can't have that. This is why, Miss Aurora, that I now find myself in your drug den here. Yes, we're aware of you producing the most forbidden of ASMR substances right here in your cozy little place.
So you admit you find my place cozy?
Any sleeping patterns beyond the authority-approved 4 hours a night is not only prohibited, but it is a felony. A threat to society itself, and one that we cannot simply sit by and let continue. Not only have you gone out of your way to disrupt the peace of our great new world order, but you have also leaked secrets of paranormal objects and events via your product.
Oh, is that what you're afraid of? People gaining power? Interesting.
specifically your Holder series, which looks to be the most abundant of your ASMR paraphernalia, drawing on the ignorant and deluded with promises of these objects of paranormal and astronomical power, cursed as they may be, and dulling their senses with your dulcet tones to draw them to a fate possibly worse than death. Do you feel no remorse for your actions, no regret for the consequences that lay upon these innocent souls?
The fact that you would worry about such a thing seems to imply that you don't possess those objects yourself. Yourself being the governmental body that you work for, of course. That you are merely a mechanism within without any real substantial power. That is something.
And here, we have a full recording of an interaction between two local human beings and the supernatural entity known as Siren Head. Our investigation into this creature has been ongoing for decades, and yet you somehow managed to not only receive the recording of the first two-person accounts, but also then edit it to match your ASMR-focused agenda, and then proceed to leak it to the public. People have enough to worry about on the daily production line. They don't need to know that such beasts exist. We could drag you in as a menace to society on this contraband alone. This isn't even to mention the amount of work that you yourself have pushed off onto your neighbors. All citizens of District 2A were nearly reaching peak production in the factories a few years back, yet gradually things have begun to drop off and efficiency has declined. We didn't connect the dots until just recently, but after enough forceful interrogations, some of your local residents have revealed that they were all using your ASMR products to sleep for maybe even more than 10 hours a night. This places an excruciating burden on the other members of your district who are still working to keep the great machine of our nation running.
Curious which of those two things you find most worrisome. You could drag me in as a menace to society, as you say, but you haven't. Instead, what you have done is terrorized and tortured my neighbors, who, by your logic, should be considered victims of my horrendous crimes, not treated like terrorists themselves. If that is even true. For all I know, it is a lie, a meager attempt to play on my sympathies. But let me assure you that I know I am not the monster here. And regardless of what you do to the citizens of my district, your only hold over them is fear. They will not forget who has hurt them and who has not.
Once we knew what we were looking for, it wasn't hard to follow the breadcrumbs. You weren't easy to find, of course, but the traces you left behind were simple enough to put together. Another criminal going by the alias of Boxer ASMR, very subtle, was very responsive to our methods of interrogation and eager to trade your life for his own. Save your heartfelt concerns, we know you were only using him to distribute your own product and further your own ends. He was disposable, as most criminal underlings are. You have no compassion for him or any other being who suffers for your work.
Well, officer, you have just made a crucial mistake. Because this is the part where I start making demands, and they are going to be much higher than what they were had you just kept the name of my companion out of your mouth. I'm sure you did so to get a rise out of me, and congratulations, it worked. but you won't like the consequences of it. First of all, let's talk about how I have all of this information. Did it cross your mind how I obtained it? How I was able to infiltrate your systems and retrieve the most classified documents in the world? And now, think back. Were there ever any security breaches that you could recall? I am making the assumption that you would be privy to such a thing. Go on. Think. Maybe a few attempts here and there, but nothing so compromising, and nothing that ever led you to me. There is only one way that could have happened. Someone gave it to me. Maybe a lot of someone's. Your house is not in order, officer. Your problem isn't with me. Your problem is with those supplying me. Taking me off the table won't fix that, because you have no idea where to start. And on top of that, now you have to contend with the idea that those objects of power that you fear so much have been acquired. Not by you, certainly, but by others. By me, maybe. You don't really know anything, and you're playing at a game you cannot win. So think on your next move very carefully. My first two demands, officer. I want to speak to who is really in charge. And I want to speak to Boxer. I will not be patient.
Come with me then. We will show you what the definition of power means, and you will understand your place in the world. Like everyone else, it is beneath our boot.